God, what are your priorities for my life? God, what are your priorities for my ministry? God, what are your priorities for my job? What are your priorities in my marriage and with my finances and with my health? Hey friends, it's Ryan. Do you struggle balancing all of life's demands? If you do, you are in good company, because here's the deal. We have to spin a lot of plates, especially as ministry leaders, as entrepreneurs, as pastors. You know, you are trying to spin plates at home. You're trying to spin plates with your kids. You're trying to spin plates at your church and in your ministry. And how do you manage all of these demands of life? Well, I'm glad you're asking the question, although I guess I asked. I'm glad you're watching or listening, because half of the battle is acknowledging that you do need to balance life's demands. And it's important because every choice that you make and every choice that I make bring consequences. And so choices matter. And if you want to balance life's demands, what you have to do is every once in a while, you have got to force yourself to pause and to evaluate your priorities. And I wouldn't just evaluate those priorities in a silo. I would really try to get the mind of God. God, what are your priorities for my life? God, what are your priorities for my ministry? God, what are your priorities for my job? What are your priorities in my marriage and with my finances and with my health? When you pause and you reflect on your priorities and you ask God to help you realign and readjust, all of a sudden things become more clear in your head. You know, I've been talking a lot lately about eating the frog first. Mark Twain said that if you eat a live frog first thing in the morning, that nothing worse can happen to you the rest of the day. And for some of you, as you attempt to balance the demands of life, the frog that you need to eat is evaluating your priorities. How are my priorities? Are they out of whack? Listen, I talked to you about talking to God about this, and that's important. But there's somebody else you can ask, and that is your family, your husband, your wife, your kids. If there's anybody that understands priorities can get out of whack and can help you readjust and realign, it's the people that care about you the most. And when I set priorities, when I realign my priorities, all of a sudden I find that I am saying yes to the right things and I am saying no to the wrong things. Those two words are so important. The things that you say yes to, the things that you say no to. And here's why they're so important, because the words yes and no literally determine your destiny. They drive your decisions and they determine your destiny. So if you're having a hard time balancing all of life's demands, you're not alone. Take advantage of this opportunity to evaluate your priorities, to readjust, to realign, and to get better.